How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Words with Manny. I'm Manny, and I'm here with the new full-blooded Italians. How you guys doing today?
We're doing good. A new combination. They just keep growing. They just keep growing the FBI since 1995, I think.
Right. I seen you added this big talk, like Jack looking good, man.
I grab them from all the different towns that I go to. I always get one of the good fellas. I call him the good fella.
What's your name, man?
I am the left-hand man, Vincenzo himself. How you doing?
Yeah. Vincenzo, so what are you about, man? How did you find Nunzio now?
So, Ray Jazz here, me and him grew up together. And when they need somebody to handle business, they call upon their left-hand man.
I think I've read about that you've actually trained with the Dudley boys, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you guys, that means you've been actually training with some top tier. And actually, Nunzio knows a little something about the Dudley boys.
We all started together back in ECW in 1996.
Right.
Bubba was stuttering back then.
I mean, I don't think he stutters anymore. But
No, he didn't stutter anymore. I wouldn't even bring that up to him.
Oh, I mean, me neither. I know you've been with Nunzio for quite a while. Tell me your experience with him.
Oh, he's like my uncle. He's my wrestling uncle. You know, it's like when we're on the road, it's like taking.
I taught him how to shoot, wrestle, and everything.
It's like taking care of an infant and an old man at the same time. You know, I take care of him.
You know.
Nunzio, there was a video that for some reason showed up on my newsfeed, everyone's newsfeed. There was a moment where you slapped Brock Lesnar in the back of the head, and you ran away, and then you guys locked him up in the room.
And then Chuck drove the high-low
Right.
through the wall. Vince had to pay for that wall because he didn't really know how to drive it. And when we hit it, it broke the wall.
Oh, wow.
You know, so they had to pay for that. But yeah.
You wasn't scared when you smacked Brock at all? Like, shoot scared?
No, I knew I could outrun him.
Oh.
And, as long as he didn't catch me. He was mad for about a month, but he got over it.
Nunzio, let's talk about your career real quick in retrospect. How was it working with the...
Real quick, it's 30 years long.
Well, yeah, you know, we
It's still
don't got that much time to talk 30 years, right?
Deal for 100 years. He'll be wrestling for
We'll
100
save that
years.
my career one for another day.
Right.
I'll be rolling him out there in the wheelchair and still be doing this.
Maybe this one hand.
One hand.
Talk about your favorite moments in ECW and one from WWE.
Favorite moment in WWE was probably winning the Cruiserweight title in Rome, Italy, versus Juventud. And then ECW, I don't know, I had a lot of good matches with Tajiri and Super Crazy and, RVD and stuff. So I don't have just one. So, but a lot of fun, a lot of good matches.
Well, the one I always like to watch is when you guys won the tag titles. You and Mama Luke.
That was at the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Yeah.
That was a great moment too. That was on a two-day tournament. We won the second night. We beat Mikey and Tajiri.
Do you guys ever have like a favorite match for yourselves? I know you just, kind of got into the business not that long ago, but do you have a favorite match so far for yourself?
Actually, let Ray answer that while I think on it.
I mean, I have a few. I always say my favorite match is the next one. Of course, always going in with Guido is always a good favorite match. I had a few, and when I started back in 2018, when I was like fresh in the business, my match with Fred Rosser, that was a really good one.
He's a good guy.
He's a very good guy, and I wish we could run it back. I've been in pro wrestling about 7-8 years now, so I think it would be very interesting if we ran that back.
Anything for you, big man?
I want to say probably one of my most recent ones was the Kibitzers versus SPF and Rico Gold at PPW. I think it was a trios, so I think that was a pretty good one. For my singles, probably me and Rico's last match at Battlefield. We tore the house down that night, so.
Nunzio, how did you handle dealing with Taz? I know Taz was like, well, I wouldn't say he was like a lot to work with, but people say he was like, maybe a little stiff.
Yeah, but I knew Taz way before ECW. I met him in like 1994, 93, 94 with the Savoldis. So I worked with Taz with him, Dreamer, and all them guys. So I never had a problem with Taz. He always worked with me, never gave me a problem. I used to go train at the ECW school in Long Island, help train the other guys too, and work out up there. So as far as I went, I was always friends with him. I never ever had a problem with him. I'm not just saying, I just never did. I know him way before he was Taz. He was a Tazmaniac.
Right.
He didn't have that Taz before. I didn't have the little Guido. I was Damian Stone. He was a Tazmaniac. So I go way back with Taz, way before ECW and WWE and TNA and all that stuff. But I'm going to have to go. I'm going to catch a flight.
No problem. Thank you.
You can talk to these guys, though.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Take care.
So you guys, what is it like just being mentored by Nunzio?
Well, being mentored by Nunzio, he's been doing it for a long time. So I get everything from him, even stuff on the road, little tricks on the road too. Not even just the stuff in the ring. Like his favorite thing, if you need to go to the bathroom really bad, you stop at the hotels. You don't stop at the rest stops. You know what I mean? No one uses the bathrooms in the hotel lobby, right? Everyone uses in the room. So that's just little things like that that just always stick out. When I'm traveling with him. He just has a brain for everything.
You got any more road stories you like to share?
Road story, oof,
Nothing that will get you canceled.
Guido likes to schedule shows based on the time he could get home to his favorite bar in Rockland County. So he always makes sure we're very strategic on the time we get to the building, when our match is, and then he makes sure he looks at the GPS. All right, we'll get to Fitzpatrick's by 12:30. We got to hurry up.
Right.
So sometimes it's always a little competition on who could get their gear off quicker, me or him, so we could get up in the car and leave. But no, like traveling with Guido and just like being mentored in the ring, like he shows me a lot, right? Because we have similar styles, right? I was an All-American wrestler in college at NYU. He has that background in Japan, and that's why we were molded really perfect together. He literally is like my uncle. Like I call him up for anything. Not even just wrestling advice, but personal life, business life. So, I can't thank him enough for the stuff he's been helping me out with.
So last question for you guys, and thank you guys for the time. Nunzio had to go also, but I want to ask you guys, what would be your dream opponent instead of a dream match? Your dream opponent.
Oof, that's a tough one. There's a few that come to mind. I'm gonna hit you with a curveball. I'm gonna say '09 Orton.
Okay, because I think we seen excuse me, on Twitter, somebody was just like, I don't know, some girl was talking about, hey, you have a better chance or something like that with '09 Orton, and this guy was trying to, I don't know, shoot his shot to get a match with Orton, and Orton replied to that. But '09 Orton, that's you think you can handle '09 Orton?
Who knows? I'd like to think so.
I mean, hey, you a big guy, so
I feel like I could handle anything he tries to throw at me.
that RKO
Break
coming
his
out of nowhere.
kneecap so he can't punt me.
That's tough. How about you, man?
Me, I would say probably Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, and for a personal story, one of my coaches at NYU was Nick Solzer. He was a 3-time All-American for Virginia. He wrestled at St. Ed's in Cleveland. So him and Nick Nemeth went to the same school. Nick Nemeth was, placer at St. Ed's. He was wrestled at Kent State. So when Nick Solzer found out I was wrestling, he goes, man, you got to really wrestle Nick Nemeth. You got to wrestle him, because they were good family friends. So that would be a good one, personally, and for my coach back at NYU. So I always hope that happens. That'd be great.
So for anyone that doesn't know about you guys just yet, tell them something that they should know.
That they should know. Well, the FBI, the new version of the FBI, there's always been different ones. Now with me, Guido, and then, with Zach Clayton, and then, of course, the left-hand man here, we're looking to make an impact this time. I think we owe it to Nunzio, little Guido, to send him out on a high note. He deserves it. He's done so much in this business. It's time to give him, what he deserves. And that's everything right now. So not only are we working hard for ourselves, we're working hard for him,
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Other than wrestling, I'm a magician. Not many people know that. I'm good with the cards. Casinos, I'm not too sure about how many I'm allowed to go to now, but I'm on a hot streak at any casino I go to. But yeah, that's outside of wrestling. Within wrestling, I'm just trying to keep consistent. Consistency is key, and just keep working everywhere. Travel the country, travel the world. Eventually, I want to go to Japan as well, do some strong style stuff.
I can see you in Japan.
I think I could put some barn burners on in Japan. Just beat the crap out of people, strongman style or left hand man style. That's what I'm gonna call it out in Japan.
Left hand man.
style.
That's a good one. I like that.
If you catch us in Vegas, you know where to find us, the blackjack table. He's gotta make us some extra money. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, WrestleMania weekend coming up in Vegas, man. Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it. Manny's content here with the new Full-Blooded Italians. We are out.